Hello race fans and welcome here. We are back in the NASCAR SEGA Cup series with my very first race in HD, full HD. Do you not hear the angelic effects? Ah! Well anyway, we're here live at Bristol Motor Speedway for the running of the Food City 500, and we have a pretty interesting front row, a Toyota and a Dodge. We got Charles Jackson, who's going to try to look for redemption after last week. Right now, Charles, he really needs a good run today. He sits 38th in points. And James McLeod in the 91, he sits 20th in points. Our second row consists of Ian Dutta and Jake Rogers. Now, Ian Dutta, he's third in standings, and he had a pretty good run last week at Fontana. And Jake Rogers in the 28, he finally changed his paint scheme for the 28 for the first time. He's sponsoring Golden Corral. Our points leader, Joseph Lombard, he's going to have some work to do, but not too far behind is Alex Ferranti in the 99. And we also have a tie for fourth in the points between Charles Sandfer and Dillon Young. But the season is still pretty young. What will we see here as we're about to have those famous words in motorsports?
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Just like what we spoke about in the transporter, the first half of this race is just going to be to make sure we stay up there, stay out of trouble, stay out of the wall, stay on the lead lap. Second half of the race, that's what we go for, bud.
And as the cars are slowly getting onto the track, here is your starting lineup for the Food City 500. Had to hurry up and catch up with the pace car because you know this is the world's fastest half mile. Charles Jackson and James McLeod are front row stars, but what will we see here at a track like Bristol for 50 laps? We're about to find out as the green flag is now out. Already heading into the back straightaway. James McLeod, he's getting a good run on the outside. He's looking to lead the first lap, and he does. And we're still racing green. I really hope that this track doesn't really become a wreck fest. James McLeod, he's cleared Charles Jackson. Charles Jackson better find a way to rebound. And oh boy, the caution's out. Just as soon as I say something, the caution is out, and we've had a wreck. We have had a wreck on the track on lap number 2. And oh boy, they're still wrecking. Oh man, Vadarvu, Kyle Matthews, Levi McIntyre, Dillon Young, and oh man, Seth Cole, he just got slammed by Levi McIntyre. Oh wow. Oh wow, I couldn't see who was involved. Trent Dunham, he's got damage running his blue SEGA colors. And oh man, Chris Dollerton, he has damage. Danny Wells, he's got a little bit of hood damage. I forgot to mention that he's running his special Jason Leffler tribute for his 19 Dodge. And oh boy, I couldn't see who that was on pit road. I think that was Jessica Shelton. Let me get confirmation on that really quick. And yes, it was Jessica Shelton, and she's dropped out of the race. And Levi McIntyre, he's still having issues. Okay. Well, anyway, we already had our first caution, and James McLeod is still the race leader. What will we Let's see what happened to bring out our first caution of the day. Where is it happened that brought out our first caution? Apparently, Kyle Matthews tried to go in the middle into a 3-wide situation between Levi McIntyre and Cody Llamas, and you can see how well that worked out. And then he gets clobbered by Jessica Shelton, Danny Wells, and then it just all turns into a huge mess here. Joshua Mudd gets slammed by his own teammate, Chris Dollerton. And oh man, it just causes a huge pileup. Dylan Young actually runs into Danny Wells. Seth Cole, he gets stuck behind Rohit Vedarvu, Jackie Tang. Oh man, and the points leader, I see Joseph Lombard, he got stuck up there with Zach Hamlin. But it doesn't end there. More stuff happened as we see Dylan Young and Danny Wells. They're still stuck together. Wow, I cannot talk. These two drivers do not like each other. And up ahead, Dollerton, he's stuck in the front of the track. Then Dylan Young, he gets into it with Dougie Shears, and then he slams into the back of Dollerton. Then Levi McIntyre got turned by Trent Dunham. Then Vedarvu got turned by Jackie Tang. And earlier, Kyle Matthews, he got turned by Seth Cole. So yeah, multiple things happened here. I want to see who turned Dollerton in the front stretch. Oh, it was Jessica Shelton. Jessica Shelton came down onto the 24 and just flat out turned him. Oh, wow. I don't know what Jessica was thinking. Maybe she's got some kind of issue with Chris Dollerton. I'm not sure. Oh man, Bristol already trying to show some tempers flaring. And here we are back at Bristol. We're going to restart on lap number 8. There's still plenty of racing here to go. And we only had 2 cars drop out of the race. And that was Dylan Young and Jessica Shelton. That's really going to hurt Dylan Young as he's only 5th in the points. Anyway, here's our top 10 rundown once we get back going. Oh wow. No, James McLeod is the race leader. 2nd is Charles Jackson. 3rd is Jake Rogers. 4th, Ian Dutta. 5th is Steven Gonzalez. 6th is Lyndon Wright. Oh, no. Oh, wow. I'm thinking of last season. 6th is Sean Galligan. Big fail there. 7th now is Shawn Henley. 8th is James Qualls. 9th is his teammate Michael Norman, who actually won here in the Nationwide Series. And rounding out the top 10 is Sky Commons as we're about to get back underway. And hopefully I won't have any more fails. Right now, James Silverfox. Oh my God! I just had another fail. Wow, I could not talk. James McLeod, rather. I know. Silverfox. He drives the 91 in someone else's league. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, McLeod. He's about to get challenged for the lead by Charles Jackson in the 11, but he can't quite get there yet. Jake Rogers now trying to hang back in 3rd. He's trying to buy his time as we have our first double wide battle here between Tim Fiegel and Cody Llamas. Cody Llamas in the 17. Right now he's trying to battle with the 9 to try to stay in the top 10, but he has to get around Sky Commons who's running Monster Energy for his number 41. And I just saw Sean Galligan get out of the line. Maybe he's trying to get to Steven Gonzalez. And oh boy, contact! Jake Rogers just got. Oh man, Jake Rogers, he just came in contact with Charles. But he crossed the line in the 2nd position, so he will get that spot back if nothing else happens. But we have our second caution. We have our second caution of the day for something. I'm trying to see who it is. Oh boy, there's Joseph, our points leader. I think something happened to the 18. As all these guys are trying to figure out what place they're in. Joseph Lombard, he's coming back down pit road, running a little retro on his number 18. This may have just been a single car incident, as James McLeod is still our race leader. Let's see what happened this time. And here's having to brought out our second caution. Just as soon as they crossed the start and finish line, they were heading 3 wide. This is the battle for for the 23rd position. Levi McIntyre just gets into the left rear quarter panel of Dylan Thorough, and then it just sends them both straight into the wall. And Joseph Lombard, he just got a little tap, and it just sent him flying straight into the turn. But Levi McIntyre, he got the worst of it. As Joseph Lombard, he's trying to turn his car around, and he did come down pit road. I believe he's going to restart back a lap down. But oh yeah, that's what happened to bring out our second caution. As you see the pace car going around the 18 and the 22. And here we are back at Bristol. We're going to restart on lap number 17. Levi McIntyre currently sits on pit road getting his car serviced after that accident. But Joseph Lombard, he indeed dropped out. So I think it's safe to say when this race is over, we'll have a new points leader. Our top 10, once we get back underway, is James McLeod, Jake Rogers, Charles Jackson, Ian Dutta, Steven Gonzalez, Sean Galligan, Shawn Henley, James Qualls, Michael Norman, and Sky Commons. And are you kidding me? McLeod is up in smoke. The leader of the race is up in smoke. Oh no, I haven't had this happen since season 1 of the Mobile One Nationwide Series, and McLeod really needs to get to the bottom of the track. And oh my God, what is he doing? What is he doing? The green flag is out. Okay, and now he dives to the apron. But oh man, that's a real tough break for James McLeod. Started second, and he was really having a strong performance, but a real tough break for the 91 car. And Kyle Matthews, he's coming back down pit road, so that's gonna give the lead over to Jake Rogers in the 28. Charles Jackson still trying to chase him back down. It's Ian Dutta. He's all over the back bumper of the 11 car. And Steven Gonzalez, he's now in the 4th position. He wants to get back in victory lane after 2 weeks of bad finishes after winning the Daytona 500. He wants to get back in victory lane for his 3rd win of the season. But here comes Sean Galligan. Sean Galligan hasn't won a SEGA Cup race since season 1. He didn't race in season 2, so he really wants to get his 2nd ever victory. Shawn Henley now, he really wants to get back in victory lane. He hasn't won a SEGA Cup Series race since season 1, and I believe it was at Talladega when he drove the 47. I'm not sure, as we have a side-by-side battle back here between teammates. That's Garett Snydor in the 16, running his retro Granger scheme. But right now, he's being battled by Tim Fiegel in the 9 car. That's for the 11th position. Jake Rogers now with nothing but clean air. Charles Jackson did turn him a couple of laps ago after the caution, but now it looks like that Ian Dutta now he's trying to get under the 11 car and up. And oh man, Charles, he almost got into the wild, but now he's trying to have his fellow Toyota try to help him out on the outside. Turns 1 and 2, you want to be on the inside, but turns 3 and 4, you can get a better run off of the outside. Oh my God, pace car. Anyway, further back in the field, we see Chris Washer now running his new GameStop colors. Our other GameStop car, Levi McIntyre. Oh man, he dropped out. Apparently he had a fuel leak and he couldn't get back onto the track. So our only GameStop car now is Chris Washer. And it turns out that James McLeod, he dropped out due to a valve problem. So, oh boy, real tough break for a handful of drivers here today. As we now see Sky Commons on the deep outside of Cody Llamas now. Cody Llamas, he didn't really have that much luck running the Zest color, so now he switched to the NOS energy drink for his number 17. Now trying to duke it out with his teammate. And oh man, almost some contact with Sky Commons. Oh man, the 17 got wicked loose, but he managed to keep it going as we well past the halfway mark. Now we see James Qualls trying to wherever he can to stay on his teammate Michael Norman. James Qualls running a retro Havoline scheme on his number 42 for Chevy. Heading back up to the front. Danny Wells. Oh man, Danny Wells. He must have took a pit stop because he's now a lap down. Oh man, I didn't even see him. Oh man, and he almost got in contact with Ian Dutta, and it looks like that 19 is slow. I don't know if he took a pit stop or what, but oh yeah, the 19, he is way off the pace. Anyway, heading back up to the front, it's still all about Jake Rogers. Jake Rogers, right now he doesn't have a single car around him for the moment. He has a few cars in front of him, and that's Kyle Matthews and Chris Dollerton. Just finished lap 32. Jake Rogers, he's really trying to represent today for Yates Racing. Yates Racing hasn't had a victory since season 2 when Kurt Mortnick drove the 38 to victory lane back at Dover. And Jake Rogers, he has caught up to Chris Dollerton, and he's planning to put him a lap down. Dollerton with that rear damage, no doubt he's definitely off the pace as well. And Steven Gonzalez now Steven Gonzalez, he's going to try to work his way around Charles Jackson for the second position. But first I have to get around Dollerton first, as Charles Jackson just went to the inside, and whoa, and oh boy, Dollerton's in the wall, and oh man, Steven Gonzalez almost turned the 24. He almost knocked the 24 out of his way. Oh boy, you do not want to do that. And it looks like the 24 is holding up the 55. Steven Gonzalez cannot get around Chris Dollerton, as Ian Dutta, Sean Galligan, and Shawn Henley are starting to get around the 55 now. Jake Rogers still with a pretty sizable lead, and we just saw a couple of more cars come down pit road. But that's going to answer the question of when the leaders have to come down pit road. I don't know, but the laps are winding down. A few more laps, we're going to be under 10 to go. And Charles Jackson, right now, he's got a little bit of distance between him and the 28. Now we have a battle for third between Ian Dutta and Sean Galligan. I think my fields are out the window now. And oh man, these guys are going 3 wide. Shawn Henley, Steven Gonzalez, and Michael Norman. If anybody knows how to win here, it's Michael Norman, but he really needs to get around that 25 and 55. And Shawn Henley, he's showing that power of the outside line in that 25 car. And right now, he just got into the 5th position. As we're now back on the 28 of Jake Rogers, we're still trying to see when he has to come down pit road because none of the leaders have come down pit road on either cautions yet. So this may come down to fuel mileage, but I don't know. We're on lap 42. The laps are winding down. We have 9 laps to go. Well, 8.5 now. Jake Rogers is now rounding out turns 3 and 4 and into the front straightaway. Charles has to try to do whatever he can to chase him back down, and Ian Dutta, he's trying to do whatever he can to protect 3rd place. But Galligan, he's giving him a run for his money in that 4 parts number 21 Fusion. Now back here in the 10th spot is Cody Llamas. Right now he's trying to protect it from Matt Korklan in the number 15. Matt Korklan, over the last couple of weeks, he's been having some decent runs in that 15 car. Maybe he's going to try to make a name for himself. I'm not sure. I'm trying to find Korklan in the points. He's 16th right now. But like I said, the laps are winding down. And oh boy, these guys, they've reached Danny Wells once again. And Jake Rogers has gotten around him with ease, but Charles Jackson, he's not closing any ground. He's a half a second behind, but right now Jake Rogers, he's stuck behind Kyle Matthews, and Kyle Matthews is a little slow. I don't know if Jake Rogers can get around the 31 car, but I don't know if the 31 car can hold off Jake Rogers for just a couple more laps. Charles Jackson may have a chance to catch up. But Jake Rogers not making an indication to try to get around the 31 car. But the laps are winding down. Next time by, we're only going to have 2 laps to go. Jake Rogers in the number 28 car. Jake Rogers has never won a SEGA Cup Series race, and Charles Jackson, he's won 3 of them. Jake Rogers still not making an indication for pit road or trying to get around the 31 car, but we're now coming to the white flag. The white flag is out for the 28. But oh man, Charles Jackson, and no, are you kidding me? No, Jake Rogers could not make it. Jake Rogers could not make it on fuel, and just like that, the number 11 of Charles Jackson, he will go coast to coast. He started on the pole, and he will win the race. Are you serious? Wow. If Jake Rogers picked one of the worst possible times to pit, he sure picked a bad time. Oh man, that has got to be a real heartbreaker for Jake Rogers. And Jake Rogers has not yet crossed the finish line, so the standings, they're not really official yet. We're gonna have to see where the 28 car finishes. He just crossed the start finish line, and he is credited in 32nd place. Wow. He is credited with 32nd, the first car 1 lap down. Oh my god, I'm speechless right now. We have had 2 major upsets in this race. Jake Rogers and James McLeod, who blew up coming to the restart. Wow, I'm speechless. Words cannot express, but Charles Jackson, he started on the pole and he stayed back pretty much all race long, and he will win this race. And this race is in the books. Charles Jackson, oh my god, that was pretty much gift wrap for the 11 car. The 11 car hasn't been to victory lane since Alex Jones put it in victory lane in season 2 at Darlington. But Charles Jackson, he brings it back to victory lane here today at Bristol. He wins the Food City 500. Oh my goodness. Third in points, Ian Dutta finishes second, and I think Ian Dutta may be our new points leader heading into the next race, which I think it's at Texas. I'm not sure. I have to look at the schedule, but I have to get Shawn Henley ends up 4th. Steven Gonzalez rounds out the top 5, and then it's Garett Snydor, Michael Norman, Cody Llamas, Matt Korklan, and James Qualls. That rounds out the rest of the top 10. Then it's Sky Commons, Tim Fiegel, Dillon Poteet, last week's winner Dakota Hughes, and Cole Daly. That rounds out the top 15. And then we have James Shelley, Joshua Mudd, Chris Washer, William Duncan, and Charles Sandfer. That rounds out the top 20. And then we have Dougie Shears, Jackie Tang, who started dead last, or his second week in a row starting dead last. He ends up midfield. James Silverfox, Derek Engel, and Seth Cole rounds out the top 25. Then we have Brian James, Trent Dunham, Zach Hamlin, Joshua Collar, and Pichu London. And Alex Ferranti, I believe he came down pit road a couple of laps ago, and he was the last car on the lead lap. But 32nd, Jake Rogers, oh my god, that's got to be one of the biggest heartbreaks I've seen in NR 2003 in quite some time. Chris Dollerton was a lap down. He was slow. Danny Wells finished 2 laps down. Kyle Matthews was 2 laps down. Dylan Thorough was 3 laps down. And Rohit Vedarvu, he dropped out of the race. Apparently, he had a tire problem. I didn't see that. And 32nd, oh wow. Another fail. Wow. 38th to 42nd, we have McLeod, McIntyre, Lombard, Shelton, and Young. That is our field. I bet we know what Jake Rogers is probably saying to Charles Jackson and what he can do with that trophy. But, oh, man. 2 hard breaks and pretty much big wrecks here at Bristol. Bristol shows no favorites at the world's fastest half mile. What will we see for the next SEGA Cup Series race? You're going to have to tune in. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. We'll see you next time. Congratulations one last time to Charles Jackson for winning the Food City 500.